Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome back to Friendsim 2. We're back here to try and get salvation for our friends. Just as a note for just different things, which I forgot to do last time, but obviously normal things to expect from Friendsim and Homestuck. Just the content warnings of violence, death, discussions, imperialism, colonialism, language, and suggestive themes with existential identity crisis, unreality, discussion of state and institutionalized violence, suggestive language and situations, and obviously action sequence from these. Viewer discretion is advised. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So we've looked all around here. Let's see, So we need to look around here again. The cool nighttime mist teases your ankles as you walk along the neatly carved path along the brightly colored caravans. In the distance, you can hear the muted sounds of music drifting over the tent of the big top, the facades of the midway, even knowing full well how unreal this is. You can see the beauty in it. But deep inside it all, you can feel the same thing you felt this whole journey. A deep, abiding sense of disconnection that you've come to associate with Eternia. Because here, no one gets to be part of anything. Your friends exist as islands in the isolation of Eterian society. But maybe they don't have to live like this anymore. Maybe there's another place they can be in part of something bigger. Your hand strays to the can of red pop in your hoodie's pockets. Which I already immediately have to drink the red pops because I don't want that to get too low. Looking above the tent, you can kind of see the shapes and stars looking from before. They don't seem to have the same inherent meaning, though. Fair enough. Feels like the carnival attractions are calling to you, luring you in with the promise of exciting times and awesome prizes. Fair. It's so basically impossible to figure out what actually physical structure this corresponds to. You're not even sure how the dreamscape works exactly. Like, are you actually interacting with these environments? Are you just kind of playing with the rocks and sticks and stuff? Just trying to think about it makes you dizzy. As cool as it is, you don't think you should try and do something like this, say, stick your head in. Your track record with the infinite void of space is, let's call it a mixed bag. So nothing here, so let's head to the Dreamlit Carnival. Now that you're starting to get used to what the carnival looks like in the glow of the moon mist, you're starting to actually pay attention to everything lining the midway. Even though everything is strangely ethereal quality to it, there's one thing that really stands out, calls to you, almost, tucked in one of the side games of the Garten of a Tube Cat written in neon pink below it. Well, it probably won't hurt to play just one game. You don't see Kekra anywhere now. There isn't a trace of where she went. You're trying hard not to panic. After all, this is our home. Except that something about this place feels completely off all the time. And without Marvis or Karkia or anyone to help you keep you focused, you're feeling extremely alone and vulnerable. Back into the thing. There's ice cream there. But Luna saw tickets. So in the background, in the dreamscape, the Ferris wheel definitely looks a lot more functional, but you suspect it's just as much of an illusion as everything else is here. Not honestly surprising. You manage to resist the call of the game's glittering lights and loud, repetitive noises so far, but you don't think you can anymore. After all, it's one game. Maybe you can win valuable prizes. You think there's a limited edition Bubsy the Bobcat plush up there. Ooh. So this is basically Pop Goes the Weasel. So I have to beat the high score, basically. I'm hoping for the best here. Maybe this leads to something. The high score, time to reap your sweet rewards. You hear a loud click from the game stand, like it's trying to dispense a ticket, but nothing seems to come out. Plus, it looks like the game's out of order now, and that's a Bubsy the Bobcat, just a cheap Cubsy the Carnival. What a ripoff. Honestly, fair. Despite the advertisements of tickets, you don't think there's anyone here to vend tickets or anyone to take said tickets. Fair. pop this back to head back. Okay, definitely wasn't here before. You reach out and pick up the card. Weird. Can't seem to read what's written on it at all. You stare at the twins' cards in your hand, trying to decipher exactly what the garbled writing means. The closer you look at, the more your head hurts. Suddenly, the two cards seem to kind of phase into each other. Probably not super normal behavior for physical objects to do that, but you're so far past caring about what's normal here. You still can't make out heads nor tails of the writings, but somehow you get the sense of what it means. The address of a place with no street signs, the nary trace of accompanying sight of your beloved postal service boxes. You know where to go. You're almost there, just a little bit past the caravans out in the wilderness. Your head is aching. Fargo withdrawal, yes, you consider taking another swig, but somehow you think it's important to be stone cold sober for this one. It feels weird to think that this is walking out into the wilderness, but it's the word that sticks in your mind. Hey, the twins. As soon as you step into the mansion clawing its way over the crest of the hill, you stop in your tracks. Your mind goes two places at once. Back to another time you were hanging out with purple bloods in a decrepit mansion. And to another mansion you've been in much more recently. Honk! Kakarot. You didn't even notice Kakarot walking up next to you. Where has she been? She glances up at the mansion over the hill. On the other side, you hear a twig snap and turn quickly to see Marva standing there, leaning against his cane. Does he know what happened more about this incredibly creepy, probably supernatural mansion? Which I'm gonna turn up the music just a tad. I'm hoping that helps you guys a little bit. In terms of background knowledge. Does he happen to know more about this incredibly... Yeah, I said that. Marv swings and takes a step forward, holding his cane up to point at the mansion.
Buddy, this is the second longest place to ever fucking exist. Second only to the OG.
The OG?
Place this place was based on. The motherfucking shadow that falls over all of us. Best we be heading inside now.
Doesn't seem safe.
Ain't safe. No place is.
Honk. You notice that Karkar's just been standing here, staring at the mansion while Marvis was talking. She looks... You don't think frightened is the word for it? More like concerned? Karkar nods and signs something that's pretty clearly agrees with your assessment. But she isn't... She's going inside all the same, isn't she? Oh, don't look so sad, baby. Oh, precious beef. Oh. There's no hesitation in her. Karkar steps forward on the path, walking toward the mansion. And now that you're alone, standing in the shadow, taking a deep breath and steadying yourself, you walk up the path. The cold seeps into you as soon as you step across the foyer, creeping into your very bones. There's something deeply familiar about this hallway. Something deeply unsettling. Behind you, the door slams into place. You run over to check it, but there's no way that door is budging. Turning back to the hallway, you look down and everything sims around in your head. The hallway extends and stretches above you, tampering out into the utter blackness of the deep void. You call down the hall, hoping that Marvis and Karkar haven't gone too far yet. Is anyone there?
Oh, shit! Is that who I think it is? I don't know. Why would they be here?
Not what I was expecting, but they did age quite a bit.
Who cares? If they're here to play with us again, what does it matter? Because it's probably just another trick.
I like Barzum's voice. But Barzi's voice, the one that's naturally more high-pitched, I don't like as much. But, honestly, not granted, I had my own personal headcanons, so, honestly, all things considering, pretty good. It's sort of whatever's... What's his face called? My brain's already... Marvis's voice. That I wasn't expecting, but a good kind of different. You're not even surprised when they appear in front of you. The gang is almost all here, after all.
We're not a gang.
I definitely like that.
Just the two of us. Just like before.
Barzum's voice is so spot on, though. But they must have seen Marvis and Kekro come in, right? Just a minute ago.
Oh, we haven't seen them in a long time. just Chahat. She's in the library.
Yeah, I like Brazil's, which is I feel like it should be more upbeat, I guess, is the...
She never wants to play with us, though. Just obsessing over her books. At least it's pretty here. We don't like it. It's cold all the time.
So this is gonna sound weird, but you kind of need to get everyone together and talk about some stuff.
Oh, we love talking about stuff. One of our favorite things to do. We're happy to hear you out, if you want. But we don't know where anyone else is. Like we said.
The overlapping is pretty good. I guess that's why they went with that voice for
It can't be helped.
With that Brazil. The twins disappear into the depths of the mansion, like they're just kind of gone all of a sudden. Why can't you just have a normal time with them? Boy. Guess we just kind of look at everything. The window above looks like something of a church in an anime. Pale moonlight streams down into the hallway, casting a spotlight on the floor below. The walls are lined with currents and speckled with flecks of lights, almost like stars. Beyond the currents, everything fades into a blue-black haze. The ceiling extends far upwards out, lost in darkness, not stars, like some of the other dreamscapes, but full on dead black. Looking at you makes you feel uncomfortable. I guess let's try to take a sip. You take a small sip of the can of Far Grego Red Pop and you feel a sense of clarity returning. Series of paintings of various purple bloods line the wall in various states of decay. You have no idea who these people are. Fair. Can't tell if the debris left on the floor is a result of natural decay or someone or something rampaging through the hallway. Really prefer not to have that particular question answered. Okay, ceiling. The ceiling is lined with decaying plaster and lit by a series of ghostly green lamps. It's a high ceiling, but definitely has a finite ending point, unlike the starred speckled dream world version of this hallway. And then the dress. Quickly search the dresser, but there doesn't seem to be anything important inside, just a bunch of dust and a mouse. Ugh. Just to the rotting library. The odor of mildew and rot permeates nostrils, reminding you vaguely of the smell of abandoned mall you visited with Daria once. The books on the shelves range in a condition from somewhat water damage and absolutely unsalvageable, heaped into a decaying shelves and piled into moldering carpets.
If it isn't the being of the owl themselves.
Oh crap, you didn't see Marvis before? Had he had a chance to talk to any of them?
No, haven't been able to find a way out of the library.
You look across the room and, you're not actually sure how you managed to get in.
Shit, you ain't playing by the same rules as us. It's all good. Got a lot to fucking read.
Marvis laughs and walks over to one of the shelves, thumping through some of the books. The books on this section appear to have been history books. You notice that large chunks of the text have been ripped out, especially the sections that would address the early histories of clan religion. Most of the books here look like they've been heavily censored, like huge chunks are blacked out or torn away. The pieces that remain look like they discuss religious rituals. The section contains books of religious rituals. Mostly books look like more recent than some of the others, and they're mostly largely still intact. Nothing on the ceiling. This looks like a section of books mostly contain stories and fables, some of which are lavish and illustrated. Pieces of books have been burnt away at some points. Most of these books have been redacted, blotted out with ink so you can't read them. From context, it looks like it once might have been a list of important figures within the cloud religion. These books have been blotted out and largely destroyed. It looks like they're going to have some genealogy of the heiress and empress going back to before the Condescends. You can't read the language that these books are written in. They look ancient. They have a number of illustrations that make it look like they're books on the cloud mysticism. Nothing on the grounds. What is this place? You said that this was the second strongest place ever exist, and that's got you a little bit more than nervous.
It should frighten the shit out of you, buddy. Meant every word.
But what even is this? It doesn't feel like it's belonged here. Not even by the logic of the dream.
Because it don't belong here, obviously. Know how to figure that shit out. As to the precise story, I don't know everything. But this house is all haunted, buddy. And I ain't talking about ghosts. Don't forget it.
How much has he talked to the others?
Not since we got here. Doesn't help to be fucking trapped.
It does seem like soulless are able to move around the mansion, and at least a little bit. You saw them at the entry hallway, and they've been able to find codes.
Not a surprise. Those two always been different to the rest of us. Got something in common with you, I suspect.
Well, in that case, you're apparently able to move freely in this place, too. You guess he's right.
You see the others? Tell them I got a plan.
What is he planning exactly? You're hearing a lot about his plans, but you have to ask what exactly he's planning. Because so far, it seems like this is mostly just based on vibes and not actual concrete information.
Oh, ye of little faith. Ain't gonna let me go with this, are ya, buddy?
No, you really like an explanation. You feel like you're pretty far into this thing already, and you're sick of stumbling blindly through it.
We're gonna make first contact. Gonna take that shit up to the highest motherfucking power there is around here.
The tentacle? You're not gonna lie, that sounds absolutely like an insane plan.
Buddy, that tentacle's a link right into the mind of Glibgalib. Been ruminating on these holy books. Think we got a chance to talk our way into an understanding.
Hopefully. You think that the tentacle is sentient?
Nah, buddy. Not the tentacle, but the thing attached to it. Got a mind like you or me. Well, that might be a motherfucking oversimplification, but, you know.
Why can I just imagine that one meme of like, yeah, no. Okay, you're not entirely convinced that this plan is a good one, but it does feel like a plan. Can't be worse than simply sitting around and waiting for stuff to happen. So, how much does he know exactly?
You sure you want to answer that, buddy? It's a motherfucking sad story.
You feel like you've been through enough crap to deserve some answers.
Shit. MSPAR. You ain't wrong about that. Been through a mountain of pain to get here.
So is he planning to give you even a straight answer?
What I know? This place is a prison. Not just for us, but for the source of the dream too.
The piece of global he means? Marvis nods, looking thoughtful.
Been piecing it together. Reading the histories that are here in this rotting shit pile of a library. The Horterra's got a long history with our people, thanks to the HBIC herself.
The condescendence? Again, Marvis nods.
One for her bullshit, we be on the same foot as anyone else. Don't know the whole story, but I know she was the one who chained our people to those things. Worse than that, fixed her own lineage in irons for a taste of power. Daughter after daughter, each of them bound by the same blood.
He's talking about the system of the heiress? Marvis places a hand on your shoulder and smiles. There's something deeply sad behind it.
The very motherfucking same, buddy. Their history and ours, we've been tied together for thousands of sweeps.
Does he know more about Glub? The lesson of history of the purples and the futures and the horror terrors was interesting, but you're so confused about Glub specifically. What is it? Why that one specific being?
The unlucky one. The one that the Condes claimed as her lusus for countless generations. What a sick fucking joke. But it ain't that thing's fault, buddy.
But it's helping to keep them from all But it's helping to keep all of them trapped here, using the dreamscape to keep them from taking over the spiritual or whatever?
Nah. The dream is just how that thing tries to talk. Can't exactly hop on our DMs.
That seems like a fair point, but you can't help but think he's making a lot of assumptions about exactly what's going on.
But I'm working on it. Why you think I wanted to be here to begin with?
Fair. So let me take a sip. Take a small sip out of the can of moon mist blue figure, and the world swims around you. Here in this close place, you can stay in the dream as long as you need to. In the Fargo dreamscape, the library seems impossibly long and slightly intangible. The center of the room is dominated by a strangely shaded pool of liquid, and the sky above opens up into unfamiliar stars. Books line the shelves in neat rows, but most of them seem to be missing titles. Behind you, someone stirs.
Child, you're far from home.
My precious person. Ah, you're so great and so nice. Oh, man. A long time ago, a friend actually made a Homestuck character, like a Homestuck troll for me, and like I told him my specific thing, and my symbol and horns and all that were the same as Kahoot's. So I still feel a precious connection to Kahoot. You turn around and grin at Kahoot. Hey, long time no see. She might not remember you.
Well, I remember. You appeared before me as a supplicant. A seeker of righteous knowledge for our messiahs.
Hey, she does remember. That's great. She's not, like, mad or anything, is she? Your track record with old friends has been kind of mixed so far. Kahoot laughs.
My sweet child. If I were mad at you, you would already be dead.
Kahoot stretches to her full height, grins at you, and walks over to lean against one of the shelves. She seems to be checking at some of the books. So I guess let's start from left to right. The books are pristine here, glowing volumes of full history. These are accounts of the early empires told from the perspective of Khan's descendants and those who supported her. Can't make out all the titles, but from what you can see, it looks like the upper shelves contain a lot of collections of stories and fables. You get the feeling that if you were to look through them, you'd find a lot of glowing praise for the hemo spectrum in the empire. The center of the room has a pool, you guess? Whatever it is, a bunch of tables sink down below the surface, fading into the murky depths of whatever liquid is in it. These leather-bound books seem to be full of rituals and points to the clan religion, but there's something off about them. It's like they're missing some key parts, and the focus on the Grand High Blonde Empress is hard to ignore. So, what does she do?
Contemplating the ever-shifting mysteries that our glorious messiahs have put before me. Giving thanks for the night that brought me to this twilight repository of our people's fragmented knowledge.
She's stuck here, isn't she?
Yes, child. I am stuck. The merciful ones have failed to illuminate a path forward, though they've provided sustenance for nights now. So I pore over these holy texts and slowly lose my faith in that grand plan.
Maybe you can help somehow? You're at least occasionally good at that.
My once aspirant sibling? You're really fucking not.
Oh, sorry.
We weren't made to be equals in ability, child. It's not the way of things. Deep in your pusher, you know you have a role to play too.
Talk to our mate sprites. You talked to Akinia before you came here. She seems pretty confident that Kahoot will be okay.
That's my girl. She trusts me as much as I trust her.
Which is a lot?
Yes, child. Obviously. I've seen Wigglers fail less at context clues. Does she have plans to come after me?
You don't think that she does. You're pretty sure our kid doesn't even know how to get here?
That makes sense. This is a cursed place. I don't feel the light of the merciful ones here. Only a shadow copy of it. As if someone was trying to conceal something from me.
Kahoot looks around the library and frowns deeply.
If only my girl Amicia were here, she'd know what to do.
So, about that... you talked to Amicia, actually. You talked to Amicia not long ago, back in Ontario.
Oh? And how is the little Tara doing?
Actually, it's tea now.
Oh.
Kahoot stops for a minute as if she's processing this.
Well, I hope my little brother is doing well. I wish you were here. Motherfucker always inspired me.
You think he's doing okay? Actually, he's planning to leave Eternia. More specifically, leave the entire dimension in which Eternia resides with you. Kahoot seems less surprised by this than you imagined.
Todd, I've seen so many things in my life. You think you're the only interdimensional being I made the acquaintance of?
Kahoot refused to expand on her other lack of surprise, but you kind of just guess you've been exposed to enough weird stuff as it's all just kind of blends together. So, has she talked to any of the others? We ran into the Solaces earlier, and they mentioned Kahoot specifically. At least she's seen them, right?
I saw them. But they seemed disinterested in partaking in the joys of study.
Kahoot is gritting her teeth. You can't help but wonder if maybe she's feeling frustrated by what's happening here.
Normally, I would be overjoyed. The opportunity to peruse the holy text of my ancestors. But now I feel like I'm trapped in a motherfucking maze. The books offer no salvation.
She hasn't spoken to Marvis or anyone else?
No, child. I know you're a bit soft in the pan, but I feel like I just explained this.
She sighs heavily.
A pity. In other circumstances, this would bring me such joy.
So, about those holy texts. She mentioned holy texts of some kind?
Yes. What do you think this library was for, child?
You shrug. You hadn't thought about it much.
Clearly. There's knowledge here, little one. So much knowledge. Sadly, incomplete knowledge right now.
What knowledge does she mean exactly, and what's missing?
Child, your mind couldn't fully understand. Knowledge of our people's history, of the story of our oppression, the nature of Glib itself. As to what's missing, there are several key volumes I need. Look for them everywhere, but they are elusive motherfuckers.
So about those missing books, why can't she find the books? Is it a normal reason, or one of those vaguely supernatural reasons you're becoming all too familiar with?
I can't leave this motherfucking room.
You look around for the way you came in, about to point it out, but it looks like it isn't there. You got no idea how you got in here, but it seems like you'd be able to move more freely inside the mansion at least. Maybe you could help her find her books. Coot looks at you up and down slowly. Not hard or feet, considering you're only like a third of her height.
Perhaps. Your short stature and tiny arms will allow you to search every crevice of this place.
Is she messing with you?
I would never mock the gifts the Messiah saw fit to grant you.
So...
Yes, little one. That would be appreciated. 7 of the books are gone from my sight. Become my righteous hierophant and bring them to me.
And, well, you think Marvis has a plan. You're not sure exactly what it is, but you think Marvis is planning something. He keeps things pretty close to his massive chest, though.
Of course he has a plan.
Coat rolls her eyes. You're sensing that this is a sore subject.
It doesn't concern you. You need not worry about it. Brother Marvis and I had some disagreements recently.
It strikes you as an unnecessarily formal to call him that. Again, probably reinforcing the whole they're not getting along thing. What kinds of disagreements?
It's complicated, child. I doubt you have the head for it.
She should try you. You have a remarkable ability to hold on to an absolutely ridiculous amount of trivia inside your brain. Coot seems to consider this for a minute before she nods thoughtfully.
Perhaps. What do you know about the nature of the being who made this place?
Does she mean Glub? Coot nods.
A singular projection of an unimaginably vast whole. Marvis believes that we can speak to it directly.
And she disagrees with that?
No more than you could commune with a scuttlebug, little one. But the texts of the Mirthful One speak to the true nature of this being. I've seen glimpses of it, but not the whole. If I had the missing text...
She sighs and shrugs.
It's nothing, little one. Not your concern.
Well, I will look for these missing texts. I will quickly check to quickly breeze through all of these and just see if there's anything here. That doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, there's a thing from here. Chixie managed to take another 30% at least. So, I talked to Cahoots.
How's the most righteous sister doing?
Well, she said that Marvis and her had a disagreement over something.
She thinks the mirthful ones passed down the real shit about Glib. Answers to our problems. She doesn't think we can talk to the tentacle. Thinks it's a waste of our time.
You think maybe there's more to it?
She wants to send the motherfucking thing home. To banish it back to the void.
Isn't that a good thing?
Imagine God was sitting in your living room. Would you tell the motherfucker to go back where it came from?
You're not sure how I'd even answer that. Get the sense that the horror terrors have a pretty alien way of thinking, and maybe Kahu's right? Marvis scoffs.
Nah, that ain't it. Besides, how are we even supposed to know if we don't try?
Well, have you seen any holy texts? We were talking to Kahu, and she mentioned needing to find some old books.
I see she got a similar plan to mine.
Well, yeah, you're not too sure about that, but a similar approach at least, maybe?
Well, just so happens I got one of the holy texts here. Had a feeling someone would be needing this.
Marvis walks to a nearby table and grabs the book. The cover appears to be an old Atarian, which for some reason seems to be well within your ability to understand. The maze?
A story about a troll trapped in a maze of the motherfucking mind.
Sounds ominous, and maybe appropriate given your current circumstances. Marvis grins at you.
Sounds about right, buddy.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go back to the Twilight hallway just to see if there's any books here. Oh, book. Found one of the books you've been looking for, a Titan-written Ontarian, but it appears to read the Archon. quickly take a sip. Is there any more? Ooh, another book. Yeah, that's weird. You kind of sworn that this wasn't there before. Not only that, but there seems to be something more real about the book than the surrounding dreamscape. Pick it up and look at the cover. Auditarian spelling out the bleed. Incredibly ominous. I guess I can go back to... don't want to talk to you. I want to double check to make sure that wasn't any of the weird books. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go to the shadowed bedroom. This is the first room in the mansion that actually seems to have windows. Outside, you can see the carnival, torn down like it's ready to be transported somewhere else. Give the window a quick try, but of course it's stuck. You consider smashing the window, but then you have a feeling that it wouldn't work any more than trying to open it did. Honk! Kakara shakes her head and points to the window, then down at the smashed lamp laying on the ground. Guess that didn't work, huh? She frowns. Honk. Kakara jumps on the ratty mattress and rocks back and forth slowly. Oh, baby. I'll talk to you in a second. The windows overlook the carnival, but you should be able to climb right out of them. But it seems like there's no way to get open them. A quick tap on the glass reveals that they're probably too thick to break. You open the drawers in the dresser hoping to find something useful, and instead you're only met with a pile of dust and a bunch of oddly colored beetles, and then scuttle off into the darkness as soon as the lights hit them. The bed has clearly seen better days, and the mattress is ripped and stuffing piling out everywhere, and the sheets of the tattered are stained. It looks like it might have been luxurious once, but those days are eons ago. Sticking out from under the cover of the bed is a slender book. Pulling it out, you see the old Atarian title, The Inheritance. This must be one of the books Akawa was looking for. You're not sure what this room lies below this one. The architecture of the mansion is a little bit confusing, to say the least. Try and shine light from your palm husk down to the gap, but it's so dark you can't see anything. Okay. So, what's your opinion of Glub Glub? You're not sure how this one's gonna go, considering it's a complicated topic, and your knowledge of ASL is less than rudimentary, but you're curious how Karkarat feels about the whole Edric's horror that's alters reality thing. You're getting some kind of mixed messages about exactly what's going on there. Karkarat cocks her head and then to the side and purses her lips. Honk honk? She forms some ASL words that you don't understand. Trying again, Karkarat gestures are all around the room, points out the windows, and then makes a broad sweeping gesture with her hands. Is she asking if Galbroa made all this? Karkarat nod. Honk! Oh yeah, you think so? You're not really sure what's going on yourself. You're used to playing things by ear, but this situation especially, let's call it improvisation kind of a situation. Honk? Karkarat makes a gesture that feels like skepticism. Well, has she seen any of these books? Honk! Karkarat gestures excitedly and shows you the book bound in faded cloth. Embroidered on the cover is the word Carnival. Karkarat opens the book and scans her fingers over the text, miming confusion while she points over the text. Guessing she can't read all Atarian? Honk! She nods and grins at you. Okay, that doesn't surprise you very much. You're guessing that it wasn't exactly something Bronya was super well versed in, huh? Konya shakes her head. Honk. She looks sad and makes a sign with her fingers that you don't understand. Does she want to see Bronya again? Karkarat nods and gestures enthusiastically. You don't need to know ASL to figure out what that means. It's been a while since you saw Bronya, right? Honk! She nods and gestures to her heart and then makes a breaking gesture with her hand. Yeah, you can understand that. The next gesture is more complicated and can't really follow it. Maybe something about a group of people? Family? Honk! Karkarat nods and motions you to continue. Okay, so, like, Jade Bloods? Head shakes, not that. The other purples? Karkarat nods and makes a kind of doubling gesture with her hands. She misses Bronya and the other purple bloods are important. She misses Bronya and the other purple bloods are important to her. I nod, yeah. Yeah, that's what you thought. So, Bronya wants to leave Eternia. Made the same offer to Bronya to go with the other Jade Bloods in the cavern. Bronya is planning to go with you back to your blocked timeline as soon as you can figure out the whole powers thing. Honk? Karkarat taps the center of her chest and makes a kind of what next gesture. Well, if she and any of the other purple bloods want to go with you. Honk honk! An excited series of gestures that you don't recognize, but you think you catch the general vibe. Karkarat is excited at the idea of seeing Bronya again. So, has she found any of the others? Karkar frowns and shakes her head in frustration. Honk honk. She makes a quick sign with her hands. You don't know that one. Karkar groans and then walks over to the corner of the room and... Wait, wasn't there a door just now? Came through a door, but you're pretty sure. Honk. She makes a pantomime of looking for a door and not finding anything. Okay, yeah, you're definitely sensing a certain weird stuff is happening theme here. With an exaggerated shrug, Kakara walks back to the bed into the middle of the room and sits down heavily, causing the rusting old mattress springs to creak. You're working on figuring it out, okay? She grins at you and makes a gesture of, look, like, it's fine. So, she wants to leave Eternia? Kind of been wrapped up in dealing with everything that's happening, but you should probably explain what's been happening. You spend a few minutes explaining the whole deal to Kakara about the locked timeline, Scratch, your powers, and all that good stuff. It's actually kind of refreshing to get a chance to rehash your well-prepared speech about all this stuff. The whole dream world created by Glub Glub thing has really thrown you off your stride. Honk honk honk. Kakaruk is grinning with excitement by the sound of your speech, but, you know, as exciting as all this sounds, there's still a problem of Scratch. Honk. Kakaruk glares. Yeah, you're not a fan either. You're still worried about that Scratch is going to be a problem in the future. He hasn't really been doing anything, but you can't help but worry that he's still watching you. You're just trying to stay focused. Mostly you've been trying to figure out how to get back to your dimension. Honk? She signs with her hands and points to herself and makes a face like she wants to ask you a question. Oh wait, does she want to go back to your dimension with you? Kakara grins and nods enthusiastically. Well, yeah, you could do that. Kakara smiles and makes another sign you can't figure out. She tries again. This time she walks over and draws a symbol in the dust with her finger. A symbol you recognize. It looks like Banya's sign. Kakara nods and smiles. Honk. I'm glad you're excited. Are you gonna call me for all of this? Who knows? It's all open secrets. So I'm gonna, I guess, take a sip. You take a small sip of the can of moon mist, blue figure, and the world seems around you. Here in this cursed place, you can stay in the dreamlight space as long as you need to. Under the influence of the Fargo, the bedroom looks richly appointed, but everything is proportioned and angled all wrong. Is that lamp sideways?
We've tried everything, but nothing works. What we're saying is we're fucking stuck! It's not funny. But what else can we do right now?
Wait, wasn't Burzum the loud and excited one before? Oh right, wasn't this was their thing, you forgot.
If you find a way out, you have to tell us!
Well, there's a book. There's a book just kind of floating in the middle of the air. That definitely wasn't there before. You reach out and grab the book. The tie written in old Assyrian reads the rituals. That's unsettling. Yeah, I got all 7 books. One of the ancient holy texts, which is the Maze. This one seems to describe a troll's journey through an ever-changing world created by God to punish him for his arrogance. The theme seems to be centered around the idea of accepting that some mysteries cannot be unraveled without changing how you fundamentally view the world. One of the ancient holy texts, so this is the Archon. This book details unseen being who controls the world from a place of power that exists outside of time, although it seems to have a fixed location in space. It seems that this is pretty clear reference to the Green Moon, and the book contains a great deal of speculation on what might be found there. So I need book 3. Book 4, The Bleed. One of the ancient holy texts. This one contains a series of stories about trolls who encounter fetistical breaks in reality. It includes a story of a troll who suddenly found themselves in a world where the sun no longer burned their skin during the day, as well as a story of a young troll stolen away into a strange palace with green walls. Interesting. So that kind of just sounds like Homestuck. Their inheritance. One of the ancient holy texts. This one talks about the line of succession of heirs from the time of the Consensus until a couple hundred years ago. It makes a comparison to a world that appears to be written in another language you don't understand. From context, it looks like a reference to someone who exists out of the time and serves the world over the world. One of the ancient holy texts, the rituals. This volume gives details on some ancient clan rituals, including voluntary blood sacrifice. These rituals are presented as a way to connect with beings that exist outside the realm of normal comprehension. The Carnival, one of the ancient holy texts. It looks like this book contains details about the Dark Carnival and how it connects to the mythos of the horror terrors. Large sections of the book are written in a language that you can't seem to read. Something about the look of this lamp reminds you of a lava lamp. The way it casts subtle red glow and almost seems to flow like a liquid. Also, it's sideways, which is extremely atypical for lamps. The paintings are abstract, swirls and swipes of colors that seem to shift even though as you looked at them. The frames themselves hang in midair, suspended by nothing. You want to go check the dresser to see if there's anything useful in it, but you can't seem to get close to it. Every time you move back toward the part of the room, it extends away from you. Eventually you just give up. It was probably just full of junk and sour grapes anyways. The bed looks comfortable, but all the angles are wrong. When you put your hand on it, it feels too soft. Too soft actually. Think that if you lie down on this bed, you probably won't be getting up again. Okay. So how long have they been stuck
For
here?
fucking ever! We came in here a few cycles ago. The mansion just kind of appeared.
Is that a normal thing? For things just to appear out of nowhere? The twins shrug and Bethel chuckles.
Happens sometimes. Weird shit just kind of happens to us. We figured it was just the same as the carnival. All smoke and mirrors. And we fucking love smoke and mirrors.
Did Kara just come in here looking for them then?
We think she probably did. But she's stuck in here, just like us. Ha! She's silly. She thinks she can either kill or study her way out of everything. It's not working, anyway. She's trapped in the library.
Wait a second, how can they move between rooms so freely?
We don't fucking know. Maybe because this is like the mansion we were trapped in that one time.
Do they remember that?
Yeah, no shit. Stuck in a stupid fucking mansion with a stupid fucking alien.
The stupid alien being.
Yeah, that was what we were implying.
Great. So, you're looking for books.
Sounds fucking boring. Have you tried checking the library?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You're looking for some specific books for Kahoot, and she can't seem to leave the library, so...
Yeah. We get it. We're not wigglers anymore. We know how things work.
So, have they happened to see an ancient holy text?
As a matter of fact...
It's nice that their clothes kind of just go hand in hand with each other. But Bezier hands you a tome bound and what you really hope it is leather. It has a title where no one's called it the Red Pillars.
We can't even read this book.
You guess that makes sense. You guess Aldertarian isn't taught in Ontario primary school. Maybe in Clown College? Is that a thing?
You're an idiot! That was a pretty stupid thing to say.
It looks like you managed to find all 7 books that Kara was looking for. You should head back and let her know. So, what do they think about Global?
What do you mean by that? That's such a vague thing to ask. Are you always like this?
Well, yeah, you're kind of... area. You're just wondering. You seem to be hearing a lot of contradictory things about Global. Not just here, but all over the place. It's like an object being from beyond the stars, but it's also Pfeffer's luscious. Each trolls, maybe? You're never super clear on exactly what's going on with that. Fast Club? Is that ringing any bells for them?
We don't know much about Glibgalib, but we do know that the tentacle whispers to us sometimes. Who the fuck is Pfeffery?
Okay, some of it feels like important new information. What does it tell them?
It's hard to understand, and it gets louder if we get closer to the tower in the center of the carnival.
The house is sculpted by the Dream Carousel? Yeah, you got that sense that was important, with the giant glowing purple sun and all. Speaking of that, what's that about?
We don't fucking know! There's a lot around here that doesn't make sense to us. You assume we just know everything about every mysterious thing?
You prefer not to answer that question on the grounds that it might make you look like an insensitive jerk. Are they part of the clown?
We don't know! Are you?
You're pretty sure you're not.
It's not a simple answer, is what we mean.
Okay, because that's not at all what Prowl said. Like, not even a little bit.
We don't owe you an explanation! We were born into the church in the same way any purple is. But we don't, go to church. That's stupid. We don't really think about it much, we guess.
You think that's fine? You're not sure how you feel about the clown stuff either. It mostly just confuses you.
Have you considered that that's because you're kind of an idiot?
Hey! So, have they seen anyone
Just Chahat. She's so fucking boring right now. Usually she's more fun. Right now, she seems focused on trying to figure something out in the library. Not like she's got any other choice. Yeah, she's stuck in there.
So they haven't seen Karker or Marvis? The twins glance at each other and shake their heads.
Nope, not them either.
Yeah, I love this vibe of just connecting them like that. And that the yellow cape matches with the yellow while the purple cape matches with that. You're getting the sense that they're here in the mansion. The dreamscape and the real world are even more separated than out in the carnival.
We don't know shit about that.
So, I talked to Karice.
She's still giving a shit about not studying more?
Actually, yeah, she is. She seems to not be super happy with that, but also mostly preoccupied with figuring out what to do.
She probably loves being here with all these old books and stuff.
You feel like it's kind of complicated. The whole being trapped thing definitely seems to be put a damper on the enjoying she's getting out of this.
Well, maybe she should have thought of that before getting trapped.
Aren't they trapped here too?
Obviously. We're all trapped here.
Talk to Marvis.
Is he here in the mansion?
Yeah, he's actually in the library, but the library in the real world, and not the dream world. Is that making any sense?
Nah. Yes, it makes sense. This place doesn't follow the same rules as the rest of the carnival.
Well, in any case, Marby has some theories about communicating with Globe and trying to, you're not sure, work something out.
Work something out? That's so fucking stupid! We're not sure that this is the kind of thing that can be worked out, is what we mean. Seriously, this is the best fucking joke I've ever heard!
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
That's a very middle-of-the-road kind of answer.
Yeah.
We mean you're being a fucking coward! Anyway, we don't agree with what Marvis is doing. Even if he's older, that doesn't make him smarter.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how to feel about it right now. I guess let's go to the moonlit hallway. Wait, wrong. Actually, first, let us read the Bleed book, one of the ancient holy texts. Actually, no, it's the Pillar book. This book addresses the role of each of the blood castes and the Constantine. It talks about how the blood colors were intermingling before Constantine took power, but became a convenient way of segregating and controlling Arterians. Not surprising. To the library. I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, I can only... Yeah. You found her missing
Little
books.
one, I knew you wouldn't disappoint. Give me those. Sit down. This will take a minute.
After about half an hour, you hear some commotion in the library, and the twins forms of Erzirum and Brasilia appear, seemingly walking right through the walls.
Chahat? Are you here? Yeah, come on, stop with the boring-ass books for just 1 minute. We wanted to hang out.
Little ones, now is not the time. Lay your righteous energy on this one instead.
Brasium turns to you with grinning widely.
Hey there! What are you helping Chahat with? We're genuinely curious.
Well, like you mentioned before, you were looking for some books for her. Now she's studying the books you're looking for. You're not sure.
A way out? Oh, maybe she's looking for a way to control this place. Like, magic!
You're 60% sure that this isn't true.
I seek the truth, little ones. The complete whole that was denied me while I studied on Alternia. The pure clarity of vision that this place was designed to conceal. But now, its secrets start to unfold for me. Have patience.
How did you manage to find all those books, anyway? Yeah, we didn't even see half that stuff.
Well, you've been using a magical bottle of Fago too.
Child, Have you been imbibing the mystical beverage to walk between the planes of reality? I'd urge caution when doing that.
Yeah, you know, Marvis told you to be careful how long you spend in the dream reality.
It's more than that.
Ooh, you're in trouble now.
It can't be helped. Let us drink of the red pop together, just this once.
One by one, they take a sip of the Fago. When it gets to you, Kahoot holds out a hand to stop you.
Not you, little one. Not yet. First, let us say the blessing together.
Kahoot closes her eyes and mutters something under her breath in a language you don't understand. They're gone, what the heck? Quickly you scramble with a bottle of red pop, taking a quick swig, and you can feel reality swirling around you. Swirling around you, rushing back in, and you're back in the rotted husk of the library.
Goddamn. Y'all shut up pretty fucking sudden.
Marvis glanced at Kahoot, narrowing his eyes.
You been busy. I see.
Brother, I've been busier than you could imagine, thanks to this one.
She gestures toward you and you smile nervously.
Right. About damn time y'all got back.
Chahut's got a plan. We think that Chahut has a plan. Anyway.
Without another word, Kahoot begins walking to the end of the library, muttering something about the same unknown language. As she reaches the corner, a door appears exactly where you expect a door to be. Kahoot grabs a handle and pulls. The door swings open for you.
Been working on that for a hot minute. Too much to ask I did that.
We're going to follow Chahut. Feel free to stay here.
Guess you're going too, buddy.
You step through the door and find yourself back in the hallway. The light's flickering above you, but there's something more constant about the way everything feels now. More grounded. Honk! Kariko comes around the corner, signing with her fingers as she walks towards you. She got out of the bedroom? Honk honk! She's nodding excitedly.
It's good to see you, little sister. Mirthful ones be praised. It seems I was right.
You're extremely lost right now. Kahoot smiles.
Of course. Worry not. We'll soon be facing the answers you seek.
Kahoot steps forward toward the door in the hallway. You brace yourself for the inevitable moment where the same force that trapped you here all decides to react to you. But she opens the door and steps outside.
Looks like she was able to figure something out.
It's a good thing, right?
That's her, girl! Chahut's the best!
Wait, but they seem pretty disinterested in actually studying Kahoot's book.
Let's go!
Before you can even finish your thought, Brazilium and Brasilia literally cartwheel out of the open door. Honk! Kari gestures for you to follow and runs out the door.
Buddy, time to get the fuck out of here. Looks like Chahut's got a plan. You good? You got a certain confused ass look on your face.
You're just not sure what's happening here. Kahoot started reading from the books you found, and that's letting you all get out of the mansion?
High powers, friend. That's the shit we dealing with here. Shit, I figured as much.
You step cautiously toward the door. Something doesn't feel quite right here. Outside the mansion has a slightly more real feeling to it. Instead of a kind of uncertain shifting unreality, it was just feeling like a decrepit old house on a hill. An old house on a hill. You stand in the pale ghost light of the oldest place. The twins' moon blaze in the sky above you. Inconsistent eyes that glare hatred down on you.
You good, buddy? You're looking a little paler than normal.
You're not supposed to be in this place. This palace that exists outside of time.
Buddy? You good?
You're not. No, you're really not. You feel like something is poking harder into your reality from another one. You're having a harder and harder time figuring out what's real.
All the more reason to get some motherfucking answers.
Glance once more at the house before turning to follow the others. It seems like they're all heading toward the Helter Scouts in the center of the carnival. And with that, I think I'm gonna call this here. So, main menu. So I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars forever guide your path wherever they might lead you into the future. Bye-bye, everybody.